Hello, friends. If your little one loves listening to stories, they might also love learning through play. And that's where ABCmouse comes in. ABCmouse is the award-winning early learning app designed by teachers and education experts. It's packed with over 10,000 educational activities in reading, math, science, art, and even music, all created just for kids ages 2 to 8. There are no ads or pop-ups, just a safe, playful space where your child can explore at their own pace. Whether they're following a personalized learning path or diving into a favorite subject, they'll stay engaged with games, read-along books, puzzles, and songs. It even includes a digital library full of original and classic stories, some in Spanish too. Over 45 million families have used ABCmouse, and it's trusted by more than 650,000 teachers. Try ABCmouse free for your first month. After that, it's just $14.99 a month until canceled. Or you can get an annual membership for $45 a year until canceled. To get started, visit abcmouse.com/sleeptightstories. That's abcmouse.com/sleeptightstories, or follow the link in our show notes. Thank you. Hello, friends, and welcome to Sleep Tight Stories. This is a story about a farm on Prince Edward Island. It has been raining, but the sun is finally out. The animals can't wait to get out of the barn and spend their day romping and eating. There are pigs, cows, chickens, and Splash the dog. Let's see what is going to happen on this nice sunny day at the farm. Puddles and Splash. The morning sun had just risen over the Hampshire farm on what was sure to be a warm summer day. The dew was still heavy on the grass, and the air was filled with the sounds of birds, cows, pigs, chickens, and Chester the old rooster crowing. After a long period of rain, all the animals on the farm were excited to see the sun again and to spend their day outside romping and eating amongst the rolling hills, except for perhaps the pigs, who loved the rain and mud. The farm, located on Prince Edward Island, was not large, but like so many on the Red Island, it was a picture of rural charm and beauty. The red hills, dotted with fields of green and gold, stretch as far as the eye can see. The island is known for its rich, fertile soil, which yields tons of potatoes, something for which the island is famous. But there are also fields of wheat, corn, and other grains, as well as orchards filled with juicy apples and plump berries. Animals on the Hampshire farm could roam freely throughout the fields, only returning to their pen when night approached, or they needed shelter from bad weather. With Chester's signal that the day was to begin, Splash, a large, strong dog whose job it was in the morning to guide the animals out of their pen, came and opened the pen door to the outside fields. On mornings like this, the animals didn't take much convincing to go outside, but he still helped guide them and protect them from any mishaps that might occur both in and out of the pen. Okay, you all know how this works. Big animals out first. We don't want any cows stepping on the small animals, barked Splash. Splash's owner gave him this name because he seemed happiest when playing in the water when he was a young pup. "They can't step on me," one of the chickens said, trying to get in front of the cows. "I'm a bird and can fly over them." "Wait your turn," Chester the rooster said from his station on top of a bale of hay. "You fly as well as a cow." The chicken, a little disappointed, replied, "I guess you haven't heard of the cow who flew over the moon?" It's the cow who jumped over the moon. And it's a nursery rhyme that Farmer Vernon used to sing to Puddles when he first arrived, Chester the rooster said. "I thought it was true," Puddles oinked in response. As the chickens and pigs waited, the cows jumped and ran out the shed door so they could play with the large blue ball that they loved to play with in the fields. The fastest was Bubbles, a calf who was always causing Splash a lot of trouble. Next, the chickens fluttered out, followed by the pigs, led by Puddles, the youngest of the drove. As the chickens stayed close to the barn where Farmer Vernon spread some seed, the pigs stayed together, drinking water from the outside trough. The cows were already far down the field playing their version of football. "You know, I could play football just as good as those cows," Puddles said to his older sister. "They would just trample you, you silly piglet. You are too small," she replied with a snort. Puddles looked in the distance as Splash ran towards the cows, helping guide them away from the fence so they wouldn't hurt themselves playing football. Cows were smart, but got pretty excited when they played ball and were prone to making mistakes. "I bet I could lead the farm animals just as well as Splash. I'm smart, and I am sure the chickens would listen to me," Puddles said. "Puddles, you may be smart, but you are too young. You need to be older before the animals will listen to you," his mother said. "Ah, I am not too small or too young. Piglets can do things too. I bet someday I will be able to fly, maybe even fly over the moon, or be so smart that I can help Farmer Vernon fix his tractor, or maybe I'll be the first pig in space from Prince Edward Island. I'm sure I'll be smarter than Dr. Julius Strangepork." "Oh, Puddles, you do have such a great imagination," his father said. "Someday, when you get older, you will be able to do more useful things. Why don't you go off and play in the field near the cows? Maybe Bubbles will play with you again. Just watch out for her hooves. She isn't as sure on her feet as the older cows." Puddles snorted, took another mouthful of vegetables the farmer left for them, grabbed a carrot, and went off searching for Bubbles the calf, the only animal on the farm which seemed to understand him. Puddles was no ordinary piglet. He was very smart, maybe smarter than the smartest pig Farmer Vernon had ever seen. He had a round, fluffy body with soft, pink skin, with streaks of color on his legs and belly. His sister told him that the color wasn't there when he was born and resulted from him always jumping in the mud puddles. Puddles didn't quite believe her, but he was an optimist and thought anything was possible. He ran down the field as fast as his chubby little legs would take him. His tail wagged back and forth, showing his excitement for being able to play with Bubbles. His floppy ears flopped this way and that, and his black eyes sparkled as he saw Bubbles running towards him in the distance. "Moo, moo," Bubbles said as she approached Puddles. "What's wrong, Bubbles? You look upset. Did the older cows not let you have a turn punting the ball?" "No, That's not it at all. I'm afraid I did it this time. I was playing at the end of the field, farther than Splash and I should, and I started to get stuck in the bog near the woods. Splash got stuck when he pulled me out, and no matter how hard he tries, he can't get out. None of the older cows can help because they are too heavy. Well, I'm small and light. Maybe I can help, or at least go and get help from Farmer Vernon, Puddles said. Okay, Puddles, follow me to where the bog is, but be careful you don't get stuck. This bog is too deep even for mud-loving pigs to go into. Puddles followed Bubbles as fast as he could. When he arrived at the bog that bordered a grove of old trees, he saw Splash stuck in mud up to his belly, his fur no longer the orange and white color it usually was. Now he was completely saturated and covered by the reddish-colored mud. "Hi, Splash," Puddles said. "You best stay back, little piglet. I don't want you to get stuck, too." "I think I can help you if I just think for a moment." "I am in no position to argue with you," Splash said as all the cows looked on. After thinking for a moment, Puddles looked around and saw a large number of fallen branches from the fir trees just at the edge of the grove. He had an idea. "Bubbles, can you help me drag these branches over to the bog? I think if we can drag them over there, they would help us walk on the mud without sinking in." Puddles and Bubbles dragged branch after branch over to the mud. Each time Puddles would drag the branches just a little bit further over the bog until the whole area in front of Splash was covered in layers of branches from the fir trees. "That is pretty smart, Puddles," Splash said, clearly impressed. "But I think there is a problem. My hind legs are stuck deeper than my front, and I don't think I can pull them out. But let me try." Splash was a strong dog, but no matter how hard he tried, he would fail just as he was about to free himself. He was getting tired. "That was a really smart idea, but I just don't think I am going to be able to do it," Splash said to Puddles, Bubbles, and all the cows watching. "We can't give up yet," Puddles said. "Let me think." After a moment, he said, "I know! Bubbles, you know that long, thick rope that you and the cows like to use to play tug-of-war in the field?" "Yes, we trotted past it on our way here." "Can you get it? I have an idea which I think will work." Bubbles quickly ran off to fetch the rope from just over the crest of the field that they crossed to come to the bog. She returned with it trailing behind her as she carried it in her mouth. "Splash, this is what I'm going to do. Because I am small, if I walk on the branches on top of the bog, I won't sink in. I am going to take this rope to you so that you can grab it with your mouth." "I appreciate your help, Puddles, but I don't want you to get stuck," Splash said, concerned. "Don't worry," Puddles said. "And Bubbles, I am going to need your help too." Puddles slowly walked on top of the tree branches with the long, heavy rope in his mouth until he reached where Splash was stuck. With his short snout, he tossed it the remainder of the distance to Splash, who grabbed it in his mouth. "But Puddles, you are too small to be able to drag Splash out of the mud," Bubbles said. "That's where you come in. We just need to give Splash a little extra help, and he should be able to get out of the mud. On the count of 3, I want you to pull on the rope, just like when you play tug-of-war, and that should be enough to help Splash." 1, 2, and 3. Bubbles pulled as hard as she could, and Splash held onto the rope in his mouth while he tried to push himself out of the hole with his front paws. At first, it looked like Splash might pull Bubbles into the mud with him, but Bubbles pulled as hard as she could, eventually helping Splash leave the bog with a deep-sounding plop. A tired Splash came up to Puddles and said, "Thank you, little piglet. You certainly saved the day. How about we all walk back to the field near the barns and stay away from this bog for the rest of the day?" As they were walking across the field, Splash said to Puddles, "You know, I think we have all underestimated you. How would you like to help me around the farm? I could certainly use an assistant." "I would like that, Splash," Puddles said with a smile. As Puddles got older, he would increasingly help Splash and Farmer Vernon around the farm. He never learned to fly or go into space, but he could help fix broken fences and plant crops. And even though he wasn't as big and strong as the others, he would even herd the animals. He and Splash became best friends and would have many adventures together. And that's the end of our story. Good night. Sleep tight.